Hello, readers of Every Word, and welcome to Every Word 365. I'm your host, Christina Madsen, and today we're reading Psalms 36 through 41. I love yesterday's look ahead on the Reflection and Worship page. When it comes to predictions, I think I forget how amazing it is that all this stuff leading up to Christ was written hundreds and thousands of years before the predicted event happens. Truly awesome. I was also struck by today's daily walk, which talked about being in the pits. Discouragement, depression, personal loss, a sense of haplessness. They're the universal experience of people. I challenge all of us to change our thoughts from, will I find myself from time to time in the pits? And instead ask ourselves, what will I do when I find myself there? Take time today to call up a friend that you sense may be in the pits and share David's testimony from Psalm 40. As you reach out to someone in need, you'll be amazed how God will encourage both of you. Years ago, I read an article asking us to imagine if all of us walked around with signs that told what our struggles were. One might say, just diagnosed with cancer, while another might say, just found out my mom died, or maybe my wife is leaving me. The point was, how would we treat those people? Would it change how we spoke to them? I read that article right around the time several of my former co-workers in a newsroom and I had been complaining about how one of our technical directors was getting older and his ability to direct a newscast in a timely manner was slipping. Well, that night after dinner, I walked by him and said a casual, "How are you?" He paused long enough for me to dig deeper, and he shared with me that he had had an MRI that day because he was experiencing some double vision and they were worried about a brain tumor. Talk about convicting. I felt so bad for complaining about his abilities earlier. By the way, it was not a tumor and he was fine. But I'm including a link to a video that is actually an ad for a hospital, but it carries the same kind of message. I hope it'll compel all of us to really try to look inside others before we decide how to treat them. It's a really good video and it's very emotional, and I really do hope it encourages you to think about what someone else might be going through at all times. Tomorrow is Psalms 42 through 49. Happy reading! This episode is made possible in part by Arkansas Filter. Arkansas Filter has been serving the state of Arkansas for over 40 years. They sell and service a full suite of commercial, industrial, and residential filters. They are also one of the largest suppliers of UV lights, gates, belts, and HVAC chemicals and cleaners. They partner with HVAC and engineering firms to provide a variety of services and pride themselves on customer service both during and after the sale. For more information, go to arkansasfilter.net, and of course, we've included a link in the podcast description.